Racing game fans are hyped. No, it's not Christmas nor Easter, it's MotoGP release day. Number 21 is finally here, and today we have all the new features for you, a report on the gameplay and graphics. In addition to that, we asked the all-important question, is running around in a bike game fun? Hi, my name is Christine, and today we're going to deep dive into the new milestone offshoot MotoGP 21. The game series has become a fan favorite over the past few years, and the last iterations look very damn good, impressed with precise gameplay and featured a fun career mode. But outdoing yourself is definitely not easy, especially not within 1 year. So how much could Milestone actually change? Let's have a look at the graphics and the gameplay first. As expected, the gameplay is extremely precise and intuitive with the controller. Yes, the steep learning curve has also made it into this year's edition, but for fans of real-life biking motorsports, that's exactly what you want. If you're having trouble getting a grip of the game, then consider subscribing to ensure you don't miss the tutorials, tips and tricks, and starter guides to follow over the next few weeks. But back to the gameplay. Thanks to the many different adjustable electronic riding aids, such as anti-wheelie, traction control and engine brake, the right riding style can be found for every player. However, those who take a detour into the past and ride one of the retro bikes have to manage without these technical aids. Since Moto 3 and Moto 2 also feel realistic, the gameplay is definitely something to behold. We would even say that this is MotoGP 21's biggest plus. Graphically, not too much has changed compared to last year, but what more can you actually do? It looks super detailed and photorealistic in certain moments. The cockpit view in replay mode in particular will quickly knock your socks off. Sure, there are a few new shadow and light effects, and the presentation has been slightly reworked, but in direct comparison to MotoGP 20, you have to get out the magnifying glass to see exactly what is supposed to be new. But all this is just nitpicking. Overall, MotoGP 21 is beautiful. Okay, the game has already ticked two of the most important parts, but what is actually new in MotoGP 21? Let's put it this way, if you want to become a really good rider, you'll need to have precision on the handlebars and very fast legs as well. One of the main features of the new MotoGP game is the so-called bike retrieval. While you were magically teleported back to your ride after an accident in previous versions, you now have to quickly run to your bike to keep on racing. On paper, this actually sounds pretty fun. It increases the level of realism, creates chaos and confusion on the track, and punishes mistakes even more consistently than before. Until you give it a try. It looks absolutely ridiculous how the rider lumbers across the track. You don't have a chance to look around to see if there's a bike coming, and the animations when you pick the bike up are, well, rather poor. The worst thing about bike retrieval though is that you have a competitive disadvantage in AI races. The cardboard companions don't have to abide by this rule. They simply get up again after seconds and ride as if nothing had happened. We think that's stupid. But you can also simply just switch off the bike retrieval completely. Well, Milestone kind of shot themselves in the foot here, but that's not all that's new in the game. For example, penalties are now more realistic as well. The long lap penalty has now also made it into the game series. If you collect more off-tracks than frequent flyer miles, you will quickly incur one of those penalties. On each track there is an extra long curve that has to be taken at low speed. A pretty cool innovation that actually works quite well. Our tip, however, is to train yourself on the long lap penalty in a free practice session. The rewind function is perfect for this, until you get the hang of it. The extra lane is very narrow, and if you let off the gas too much, you won't get through in one go. If you leave the track even slightly, you don't serve the penalty either, no matter how much time you have lost in the process. The last innovation is the measured brake disc temperatures, which are hotter or cooler depending on the riding style. A useful addition, but not really a game changer. That leaves us with the career mode and the online multiplayer. The latter is something we're very looking forward to because unfortunately it has not been available in our preview version yet. But the function of being able to create your own lobbies at least sounds promising and could make the online multiplayer a success. Of course, it would be nice to see a ranking system, but in 2021 we're still looking for one in vain. The career mode is also a lot of fun in the new MotoGP game and forms the heart of the sim, which can be seen from its central position in the main menu. In addition to choosing one of the already established racing brands, you can now also set up your own racing team. From here, we move on to the familiar faces: personal manager, chief engineer, data analyst, and the development stuff. We are generally welcomed by the basic framework as the last years. But If it ain't broke, don't fix it. The career mode works well and remains the part of the new game that makes you want to buy it. So, should you take the plunge and buy MotoGP 21, or are you supposed to avoid it altogether? Well, fans of the series and those who want to become one will definitely have a lot of fun with it. The graphics are fantastic, everything runs smoothly, the gameplay has been refined again this year, and the career mode is still good fun. Those who have already spent 200 to 300 hours in its predecessor will have to do without some really exciting new features, as the game lacks the new big thing. But if you're into motorcycle racing with the fastest bikes in the world, you can't really go wrong with MotoGP 21. And as mentioned before, there are going to be multiple tutorials coming up on our channel over the next few days and weeks, so don't forget to subscribe on our channel. For more esports racing content in general, visit overtake.gg or our YouTube and other social media channels. Thank you so much for having me, and until next time. Bye!